At the last book expo this summer, the book expo was in New York, and that's a meeting of booksellers and librarians. It's the largest book show in America. Its purpose is to let folks know what's going on in the industry and what's going to be new for fall. And publishers are nervous. It is not an easy time for publishers, but particularly big houses, because they are not used to marketing their backlist. They don't know what to do about a backlist. And so this whole concept of ebooks and bringing books into a world in which your backlist becomes your focus is new territory for large publishers. It's not new territory for small houses or for even medium houses, because they are, quite frankly, better marketers. They have to sell, 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 sell. Selling is really a big function of the publishing world. Ebooks surpassed hardcover and trade paperback books in sales for the first time last quarter. So it is a whole new world. Game Over, for example, came out in trade paperback and also ebook format together. There are now 22 different kinds of ebook readers. And so what that means is it's a great opportunity for authors to bring their own work to the world without a publisher, but it's a huge burden in that then authors have to start the marketing and selling of that book. And it's really difficult to think of your book as a product. And it's really difficult to hear, no, we don't want it, it doesn't fit in our store. And you're like, what do you mean it doesn't fit in your store? It's a book. And so it enters a whole new era in which authors then don't have time to write. Instead, they have to be involved in social networking, the Facebook, the Twitter, all the marketing that goes along with that. It's a nerve-wracking time for most publishers. For me, since I just do a few projects, I do, one book every couple of years. I can concentrate on that book, do whatever I need to for marketing and promoting that book. Then I go on to my next project, and I haven't forgotten about that book. It's still in my backlist and still active. The Honk the Moose book, for example, has been in my backlist now for about 6 years. It was a Newbery Honors book that I got the rights to from the mayor of Biwabic, who got them from the Phil Stong family. That's going to sell forever if I bring it to print, if I continue to bring it to print. I'm almost out of books now of my 4th printing, and I have to decide whether or not to print it again. So with ebook competition, will I bring that to press? I don't know. So for me, it's a little easier in that I just really am focusing on a few things at a time. Big houses right now are in turmoil, I will tell you. A major author passed up close to a $500,000 contract, as I understand it, to publish his book on his own.
How do you sell that to How do you sell your book to ebooks? How does that work?
Well, for me, since I'm a publishing house, I have a national distributor. So my distributor is Consortium, and they're a really good distributor for independent presses. And they have we have about 27 sales reps, and they sell to the various bookstores and chains and whatnot. And then there are also there's a tech company that's associated with my distributor called Constellation, and so I sign with Constellation to do all the file changing they need to do to get it ready for all the different ebook readers that there are out there, and then they do the promotion and selling to those folks. Then it's my job as the publisher to get customers to buy the book from either bookstores or now e-reader places like Barnes & Noble or Amazon.
So how would, say, John's very good Flesh and Metal that's out of print, how would John get that onto ebook?
If you have the rights, if the rights have reverted to you because the book is out of print, is that the deal?
Yeah, you own it. Copyright, check
Your,
the copyright page.
your contract with your publisher will tell you when your rights revert to you. Usually it's if it's out of print, and they define that a certain way. So if it's with that definition out of print, you have the rights. You can then work with a tech company, just like Constellation or some other company, that will take your file, convert it to the book readers, and then if you want to, though, you're going to need to distribute it then to those folks. And I think there are other authors who probably know more about it, because, quite frankly, all I do is send it to Constellation, and they do all the work.
So if John sent it to Constellation, would they would help him?
But she's a publisher.
But they have different companies.
Instantly, you would become a publisher. I mean, your hat would change. You would be publishing your own work. You'd be publishing it, though, in ebook format.
So do you recommend Constellation?
I don't even know if they'll do a publisher that isn't with consortium, but there's many firms out there like that now.
Interesting.